What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So yeah, you can see by the title of the video, I'm about to experience my first eviction, which really sucks. You know what I mean? You know, this is like a first-time house buyer's worst nightmare, and I'm about to go through it. Like, I can guarantee within the next 30 days we're gonna be there. It's right around the corner. So I had a tenant that was already in the building when I bought the place, and I was supposed to respect the lease for its term. So I had to re-sign a lease with him. It was basically the same lease, just for the remainder. It's just the same lease, different name, just for that remainder of chunk of time. And basically, like a month after I got here, no warning at all, man. I just bought the place too. It was crazy. No warning. And he falls 3 months behind, you know. And I just got the place. I just had this huge down payment, and you think about it, he willingly moved into this place in the condition that it was. Roof is falling off the house, ready to fall onto cars. Backyard was overgrown. There was trash, nails with boards with nails sticking out of it, toxic waste and oil spilling. The lawn was up to your crotch. It was so overgrown and disgusting. There was so much trash in the basement, like moldy pieces of wood and cardboard. There was the back rear door coming into the back hallway, smashed glass all over the floor. No one picked it up. You know, it was letting cold air in the wintertime, freezing pipes and water heaters. He didn't have a bathroom door. Washer and dryer were both broken. All the exterior lights were broken. None of them worked. And he willingly and knowingly moved in here like that, right? And then as soon as I got the place, you know, I fixed all of that. I took care of all the overgrowth. I mowed everything down nice, took care of all the trash, the boards, the toxic waste, put all new LEDs, exterior lights with sensors so the kids outside at night, they can see. I fixed the chimneys so they're not falling off the roof. I gave him a bathroom door. I gave him 2 brand new washer and dryer machines down in the basement this time instead of in his kitchen, so he had more space. I had to run all new pipes and all kinds of stuff to get him down there. Every time something's been broken, it's been fixed right away within the hour. And yeah, I feel like I've gone above and beyond, but he started falling behind. I offered, and I've tried everything to keep this out of the court system. I really have. You know, I offered to pay for first, last, and security for him to leave. And he said he was going to take it, but then never did. Then all of a sudden a family member died, left a trust behind to one of his kids, which tells you a lot about the family member. Kind of knew how bad he was with money and didn't want to give it directly to him. Instead, we're going to put it in a trust, and it can only be used for the betterment of the kid. Or it stays there until he's 18, which is never going to happen. I guarantee you that. But he used the trust to get caught up, which thank God, you know, because I was stressed out, man. That was pretty bad. But it was a big check, you know. It was like $6,500. Got him completely caught up. I actually had last and security for him now, which I never had. And things were good for like 1 month, and then we started falling behind again. And he dipped back into the trust again to get caught up. But this time he brought it up to me. He says, "You have my last and security, you pay for my first and I'll move." And I said, "Deal, done, let's do it." It needs to be done soon though, no more of this. Let's get some action here. Let's start packing and find a place, right? Nothing, no action. Just every single day, you know, I come home and car's still there. Nobody's gone anywhere, no one's doing anything. You know what I mean? It's like so many things you could go out and do for money, but chooses not to. You know, he told me straight up to my face, which he gets $1,100 in Social Security, which I have no idea how you get that. He's my age, perfectly like capable of working, works on cars all the time. $1,100 a month in Social Security, and there's 2 of them down there supposedly working part-time, and they still can't come up with the rent. And he gets $700 in food stamps every month, which he told me straight up, I do not want to get a job full-time because I'll lose my food stamps. What? I mean, you can make that in a week. And you're gonna let that, like, you could have 4 times that at the end of the month. But you're gonna let that hold you back? Oh, God. Okay, whatever. Like, he obviously doesn't want to work. And thinks because he has a kid that everyone else needs to pay his bills and take care of him. And it's not just me he's behind with. Electric company, gas company. So, if he doesn't move, if he moves out of this town, that electric bill, because the electric company is only in my town, they're going to throw that on me. The gas might not, but the electric company definitely will put that bill on my head. And here we are again, falling behind yet again. And this month, the excuse was they went to the car wash and the girlfriend threw the rent in the trash by accident. I was like, dude, I might have been born at night, but not last night. He's like, you calling me a liar? I'm like, well, he's like, well, as soon as we realized it, we called the car wash and we rushed back there. But they said as soon as it's in the trash, it's public property. I'm like, okay, so you called the car wash where they're probably making minimum wage. You told them there's a golden ticket in the trash. Can you go check for me? That seems really smart. You know, I feel like I've done everything that I can. And I do have a heart, you know what I mean? Believe it or not. Some people might argue I don't. But I do feel bad for the kids. And I've tried to go above and beyond. But if you think about it, it's the government that created this monster in the first place. They paid for his first, last, and security to move into this place to the previous homeowner. On top of that, there's a program that still exists that will pay up to $8,000 per year per tenant. Like per lease. And he had that sucker tapped out before he even got here. And the previous owner said, yeah, he always paid his rent on time. But what she neglected to tell me, it was through a government program that he did it. So that was meant to be a buffer layer between tenants and landlords, and to give the tenants that are maybe going through hard times an extra opportunity to get their act together. Did he? No. On top of that, he gets $1,100 in Social Security, plus $700 in food stamps. Another opportunity to get your stuff together, has he? No. On top of that, a family member died, left behind a $15,000, $16,000 trust. Another opportunity to get your stuff together, has he? No. Tap that out as well. So do you see where this is going? On top of that, I got a car that was given to me as a prepayment for labor later. Right? It was a Saab turbo, nice car, mint interior, ran and drove great. AC was broken, it had an O2 sensor that was bad. I looked it up online, said it was worth like $3,000, $3,500. It was driven to the house, so I know it. You know, I knew it run and drives because I had a family member that was driving it every day. Brought it here, and I said, "Look, I'm trying to help you out here. So, I know you're struggling. I know you're behind. I have this car. If you want to clean it, polish it, do whatever. It's worth $3,000 to $3,500. I want $2,000 for it. Anything over that you can keep to help you out." And he was all excited, like, "Dude, thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll take care of it, right?" And now that's all coming back, and he's trying to blame it on me, saying that he sold it to his baby mama for $2,500, made $500, and he's saying, well, it needed way more than that. It needed it was like $600, and I had to pay it because if I didn't pay it, she was gonna slash my tires. I'm like, God dang it, dude, you got some major issues, dude. Major issues. Like, here I am trying to help you out, and now you're blaming me for it. I let him borrow my tools whenever he wants to do jobs. I've let $600+ in late fees slide because I felt bad for him, and I felt especially for the kids. You know, I was just out back last weekend with all the kids. His kids, the kids next door. We were having a badminton tournament. You know what I mean? Like, I made the place safe, and we're all having fun. But, like, and when he's on good terms, you know, we shoot the shit, and we totally get along. We're the same age. We're into the same things. But when he's behind, all of a sudden we become mortal enemies. You know what I mean? And it's always my fault. I harass him, he says. I'm like, I have the right to ask for the rent. And he says, well, you text me at 5 in the freaking morning. And I'm like, it's because I walk down the stairs past your bedroom and I can hear you playing Call of Duty at 5 a.m. I can hear the boom, boom. So yeah, I texted you. What's the big deal? It's not harassment. If you tell me you're going to have the rent in 2 days, I text you in 2 days. That's not harassment. I have the right to ask. You know, it's insane. So he started the, well, my kid's doctor is going to send someone over here to check for black mold. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm like, first off, you moved into this place in much, like, worse conditions, and you were fine with it. I haven't had an opportunity to go into that apartment to see anything. You know, I bought the place. I haven't really been in that apartment yet. I've been in it briefly, just briefly walk through. But that's not being able to check every corner and every crevice and every closet. You know what I mean? And the basement's bone dry, and I'm above him. So if he's got black mold, I have black mold. Which there is none. It's totally like, yeah. And I've been testing for lead paint. I haven't found a drop in this place, so I'm not worried about that. And yeah, on top of that, he said he had a cockroach outbreak because of the neighbors. The neighbors are immigrants, legal immigrants, very hardworking people, owns many businesses, wanted to move more of his family here. They were expecting that apartment to be open because I told them that I offered them money to leave and they accepted it, but then they never did. So the family moved next door and they're patiently waiting for that apartment to open. So yes, there's too many people next door. He didn't ask me to move them in. He just did it. But I said to the dude, like, hey, you caused cockroaches. You ran the water bill up. This is unacceptable. You know what I mean? And he says, how much? I threw out a number. And he just... Here. No questions asked. He's trying to do what's best for his family. He wants them all under the same roof. Their church is at the end of the street. And I get it. He wants all of his family together. And they work their asses off. He works 7 days a week. Not lounging around the house playing Call of Duty all day. In the Indian guy next door, he goes, hey, I've been telling my friends about you. I'm like, what have you been saying? He's like, you know the amigos? The amigos? I'm like, yep. He's like, yeah, those hardworking people. He's like, Americans, lazy. You work harder than the amigos. I'm like, well, thanks. Every time I see you working. Yeah, I'm trying to get shit done, man. But he had a cockroach infestation all of a sudden. When I had the place treated 7 times. 7 times. Over and over again, just to be sure. Beat them dead. And just like, it was like a week ago, I went over there, checked, pulled out the fridge, pulled out, everything. No roaches, nothing. I had it treated anyway. And the basement. And then all of a sudden I'm applying pressure and now he has an outbreak. I'm like, right. I sent the roach people the next day. And he all of a sudden his leg hurts. Oh, my leg hurts. Sorry, you can't treat today. So the roach guy goes, dude, every time I'm here, I ask them. And they say they don't have any. So I haven't treated. I'm like, I know. He's like, I don't think they have roaches. And I'm like, I don't either. So I texted him back. I said, hey, do you want me to reschedule this? Do you really have them? Or do you not? And he goes, well, yeah, what? I haven't really seen them, like, lately. It was just like that one the other day. I'm like, well, just yesterday, you're telling me that there's an outbreak, then I should be ashamed of myself. There's a big difference there, you see? But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? Letting them make money off the car. letting $600+ slide off of late fees because I felt bad. And then, yeah, I don't know what else to do. I honestly don't know what else to do. It just looks like he's tapped out everything that he can tap out, and there's nothing left. So now he's starting to fall behind again. And I'm just at the point now where it's like, I don't want to let this go for 2, 3, 4 months and then go, okay, all right. No, I'm going to act now. I feel like that's the appropriate response because we've already been here multiple times. It seems like he's had multiple chances to get his stuff together. He just doesn't want to. So, I mean, I hate to see families get divided and ripped apart, but it's not in my hands now. I've tried, and I've tried, over and over again, and it's cost me to try and try and try. And I continuously just get taken advantage of. So, I'm done. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I have done things differently, or did I play it right, I feel like I'm just going to say, this is it. This is the last offer. The last one. You're either completely caught up by the end of next month, or you have found a place that you can move to by next month. And I'll pay for your move. And if you don't have one of the other, like you're caught up or found a place, then I'm just going to pay the lawyer, which I've told him many times. I don't have that much money. I can either pay for the lawyer or I can give the money to you. And I feel like in his situation, the smartest thing to do, even if he can't find a place, is to take the freaking money and go. Because at least you have the money. You can put your stuff in storage. You can go stay at a motel temporarily. You know what I mean? And figure something out. It at least buys you some time. But if you're going to just... Then I'm going to give it to the lawyer, and I don't have money to give to you. And then you're really going to be in a situation. Like, you're going to have to figure things out quick. Because eventually, the locks are going to get put on the door, and everything that's left inside is going to be sold or thrown in the trash. And then you're going to lose everything, including your kids. Which I really think is a horrible thing. But if you don't want to work, you won't be able to take care of your kids. And that's just the way it is. And just because you had kids doesn't mean everyone else needs to pay your bills. That is a fucked up fucking way of thinking. The crazy part is, guys, that I've been in his shoes before. Not maybe the exact situation, but I've been in his shoes. But, I mean, I guess eventually you have to learn that you can't sit around and play Call of Duty and do drugs all day. You just can't do that. Supposedly he does like DoorDash, and he did like some roofing job for $30 an hour. But where is it? Did that go in the trash too? I mean, it can't all go in the trash. That's crazy. So I don't know. I think there might be a little drug action going on. And it's like, I do. I hate to see families get separated. I do. But I can't allow that to be on my conscience, man. I can't. It's not me. It's not my fault. If that's what happens, it's not my fault. And I do though. I lose sleep. I lose sleep over shit like that because he is his kid is so sweet, man. It's so fucking frustrating though. But yeah, I don't know what to do, guys. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna leave it up to them. I'm gonna offer it one last time, and if they don't want it, I'm gonna pay the lawyer, and that's it. And we'll see where it goes. We'll see what happens. Keep you guys posted. See you later.